What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video on the channel of what is going to be a very action-packed review. Like, where do I even start? By going over all the goals, the 5 changes, how do you pick a man of the match today, and of course I need to give a huge thank you to today's watch along. I feel like it's only right for me to start by giving a huge thanks to everyone who tuned in to the watch along. We peaked at 587 concurrent views today, a total watch time of like 32 days between everyone that was in the chat, so honestly blown away by the support through the watch alongs. And from the past couple of videos, you'll see that I've started to put in some reactions and stuff I've had from there. I'm only going to put in a few of them here because I don't want the full video to be that, because literally the video would be like 30 minutes long if I just put in all my goal reactions from that. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you for the support over there. But now to start going over the team. 5 changes again, showing the squad depth. And you looked at that team today, and I commented on it before it, saying what an attacking team it was. 1 holding midfielder, and I don't think we'll be changing back to 2 anytime soon against that style of opponent, because how well that has worked today. The fullbacks bombing forward. Jack is your 1 holding mid. Arfield and Abibo, 2 players who can cause all sorts of problems and make runs beyond the striker. You had Defoe who's amazing at finding that tight space in the box. Natural, amazing finisher. Roof who can offer headers, goal for halfway line, whatever you name it. Kent's electric acceleration, that little bit of trickery, and our attacking flair. We had it all today, and it was far too much for Hamilton to deal with, and that's the sort of thing that you want. That's the attacking lineup that you want, because how many times have we played Hamilton and it's just the 2 banks and we're going, how are we going to break this down? We just had so much attacking variety today, and it was amazing to see. Before we get further into the review though, this video is again sponsored by OneFootball, so I'm going to play a short little demonstration video, how you might find it useful, and then we'll be right back talking more about the game. Today's video is indeed sponsored by OneFootball, which is a totally free football app, and I'm going to go through some of the reasons that might be beneficial to you. Now, I'll cater to Rangers, as that is the majority of my viewers on this channel, but it's not only Rangers you can do this with. There's so many teams, they do so many leagues across the world where you can go in, see so many in-depth statistics, transfers, squad updates, news, everything like that. So for further example, once you click on a team that you're interested in, of course we'll use Rangers here, you can go on, you can scroll through, and you've got a lot of different news articles and different updates on Rangers, but you can also go further in depth. You can go through each league and look at the table, like the SPL, which is looking pretty good right now. You can go through and see how many crosses we've put in, how many blocks. It's so many stats that you wouldn't necessarily think of, but it'd be cool to know. There's so many notifications that you can set up as well, which will come straight to your phone. For example, if it's a Rangers goal because you're out and about and can't catch the game, or you want to know what the Rangers lineup is, all that stuff is in with the app. And once again, it's totally free. The download link will be the top line in the description. So back to talking about today's demolishing, and I actually read just the other days where Scotland introduced a new rule where no smacking was allowed. It's just unfortunate for Hamilton that no one told Rangers that before today, because a smacking is putting it politely. And now time to start going over the goals. So like I was saying earlier in the video, our intent was clear today with the attacking lineup, and Hamilton probably didn't help themselves at the start of the game. Like, you have to respect it, it was different. They did keep their 2 strikers high up. I think they were trying to probably pin the 2 centre-backs, because today you get Balogun, who loves to drive forward with the ball, and Goldson, who nearly caught them out a few times at the start with the pinged over the top through balls. Possibly Hamilton's game plan was to try and stop that and force long balls, which they would try and win, and just try and make the game a bit scruffy. But the first 5 minutes or so were a little bit scruffy. We had a few corners, but it was only a matter of time before we took total control of the game. And we did get this first one by Kent getting in behind, and here was our first reaction to that. Kent's in 2v1,
Kent,
3v1. Pick the right option. Arfield, let's go!
Scotty Arfield!
Kent does find the right option. He can go on his own. He unselfishly passes it across the Arfield. Side foot finish. Deadlock broken.
That's really smart for Defoe there. He doesn't even try contesting that header. He just back to the
roof again!
The roof!
Oh, we've scored again, boys! Oh, let's go!
He's on fire!
Oh, I know could look good today. The 5 could look good.
This is the thing though, what I was about to explain there literally led to that goal. It was really smart play for Defoe there. He knew he wasn't going to win that header, so instead of contesting it, he backed off, ready for the ball to come back out. Picked that ball up, made the smart pass, ball goes into the box, and Roof puts it. Like, that is such a heads-up play for Defoe there. 3.
Oh, is this deflected?
Oh my God!
It's 3 in 18 minutes! It's 3 in 18 minutes, boys! So yeah, them 3 goals pretty much killed off the game nice and early, and it showed how professional we handled today. The attitude was 100% spot on, and we did not let up there. It was kind of at a stage when it went 3-0 so early and so quickly. Like Hamilton, they knew the game was over at that point. You just expected it to take the one or two ways. It was either going to be Hamilton just totally lay down and we just scored as many goals as we did, or Rangers just took the foot off the gas, which I'm glad they never, because it could all come down to goal difference at the end. You've seen McCann talking about it a lot on Rangers TV today. Like, how many times have we seen this in the Helicopter Sunday? These goals in these games matter. I was really pleased to see Kent get an assist as well today, because the amount of work he does off the ball for the team, like, I think it goes underrated at times, because as a forward, like, everyone just kind of remembers the goals, the assists, which is good that he's done that, because not that he should, but we know he could be getting more. We know that he's doing great, but he could be doing even better, and that's just because we know how good a player he can be. So I'm glad to see him get that assist today. And then Aribo as well with another deflected goal in that first half. 4-0 going into the break, and Gerrard's team talk's made pretty easy at that point. He's saying, like, let's just keep the clean sheet, keep the intensity high, don't let it up. Just go out there, have fun, but make sure you get that clean sheet. I think would have been the team talk at half time. At that point, you're really expecting to see Zungu, a lot of changes coming out for the second half. Interesting that Patterson wasn't on the bench today. I thought Tav might have got rested, Goldson, a couple of the players that have been playing pretty much all season, every game. At halftime, we did get 2 changes. It was Borna and Jack who got the rests, and if you were quiet enough, just after that halftime mark, if everyone just stayed quiet for a little moment, I swear you could almost hear the vuvuzelas and the celebrations going off in South Africa because of how much they love this man. And he came on that second half faultless, I think. He never had much to do because so much of the game was just us going forward. He did come on as the sitting midfielder for today. Never misplaced a pass. Broke up a few attacks. Absolutely no faults from the big man. Calvin, I thought, was superb as well when he came on at left. Literally an absolute steam train down that left-hand side. Lee Hodgson did not dare get in his way at times because when he gets going, the power and pace that he's got is frightening. What a player I think he's going to turn out for us, and honestly, what a steal. Didn't take too long for the goals to start flooding in the second half as well, and first one started off with Kent. Lovely ball into the box. Either Defoe was going to score or the Hamilton player touched it, and the Hamilton player's got to it. He's braved it. It's hit off the post, but Roof, right place, right time there to tap it in for a couple of yards out. Just before the 60th minute as well, Brandon Barker came on for Kent, kind of like for like, just to give Kent a rest, and did not take Brandon Barker long to get involved in the scoring. It was actually one of the nicest goals today. Had you with a dink in behind to Bassey making that run, who's headed it back into Defoe, who unselfishly plays it in front of Barker. Perfect, didn't need to adjust his run, who just side foots it across the keeper, and we're in Wonderland. Our next 2 goals, and yes, unfortunately, there only was another 2 goals. We couldn't quite get to that 10 mark, and they came from Tav, and he was having none of Roof's hat-trick once, and Defoe getting on the score sheet, who done well to win the penalty. Tav steps up, blasts it down the middle, and then he scored another as well, and how attacking he was today. This reminds me of Tav in the Championship and that type of confidence that he had. Like, how I would like to see a heat map of where he played today. I swear he was in the box just as much as Defoe. Tav actually had the chance to get a hat-trick, and he really should have took the chance, to be fair. It was a great ball in from Calvin, and he was quite uncontested at the back post. He's got up too early and skewed the header, and you could see after it how annoyed he was with himself. But something that was really pleasing to see today, even in the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th goal, big celebrations, showing just how much every single goal means to this team. There was a stat as well on Rangers TV before it, so this is before this game, so not including this game, comparing how we were this season compared to last. And so far this season, we'd scored 29 goals and only conceded 3, but last year we'd scored 9 more goals, which was 38 goals and 8 conceded, so our defence is a lot better, but we'd actually scored more last year. It's like that phrase where, what is it, attacks win games and defence wins championships, and this year our defence is a lot better. Speaking of the defence today, Big Balogun coming in again, I thought it was absolutely fantastic, and to be honest, every time I've seen Balogun in a team, I think he's fantastic. I think he could actually be quite hard done by not getting more game time in the team, but the people that are in front of him right now are absolutely on form, like Connor. And a debate today as well, like some people would say, why is Helander dropped? He should have stayed in. I'm sure there'll be mixed opinions on that, but what everyone can agree is he had an absolute howler against Benfica, so that's obviously been a discussion between him and Gerrard, whether he's in the right headspace to continue on, whether he wants to just take a breather, or he just puts him right back in and he puts that performance behind him, because it was so unlike him, because he's usually, well, he has been great for the rest of the season. It's good headaches to have. I'm glad Gerrard's the one deciding and not me. just at the end here, I'd like to know your thoughts on who was man of the match today. I think there's so many you can choose from, but for me, it's Tav and his lineup to be player of the season, not only man of the match. Someone who's been heavily criticised by the support in the past couple of years. Him and I think Goldson, especially this year, have tremendously upped their game. Is it because there's no fans? Is it just coincidence? Is it because of more time under Gerrard? But whatever it is, playing absolutely fantastic right now. 2 goals, an assist, a clean sheet. Tav's got to be my man of the match. But that is all we're going to talk about in today's video. If you are still here, I appreciate it a lot. And if you haven't done so already, leave a thumbs up on the video and subscribe. Totally free and helps the channel out massively. But once again, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you all so much. I'll have a couple of different videos out. Obviously with this international break, probably Ibrox IQ, possibly an interview with someone that used to play for Rangers. We'll see how things go on there. But yeah, again, thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one.